Welcome to Poetry Changes Lives, poetry, history, a thought for the day, all in this one book. PoetryChangesLives.com website tells you how to buy it. On this day in 1945, the Japanese finally surrendered to end World War II in the Far East. When news of the Japanese surrender broke, Americans spontaneously everywhere began rejoicing and celebrating as if joy had been rationed and saved up until that moment, as Time magazine reported. Of course, people in Europe celebrated as well, for that matter. Some Japanese soldiers continued to fight on because they hadn't heard about the surrender, and the last Japanese soldier to give himself up was almost 30 years later in 1974 on a remote Pacific island. Isn't that amazing? Well, war is always awful, ghastly, horrible, and it's, I think, never been better described than the unforgettable works of Wilfred Owen. Wilfred Owen, First World War poet who himself suffered and was killed in war, but he wrote the most amazing poetry. I'm going to read his Anthem for Doomed Youth, which I think is one of the saddest poems I've ever come across, and it's an example to me of how poetry can change one's mood. This poem always makes me feel unbelievably sad, and I don't know what effect it'll have on you, but just listen to this Anthem for Doomed Youth. What passing bells for those who die as cattle? Only the monstrous anger of the guns. Only the stuttering rifles' rapid rattle can patter out their hasty orisons. No mockeries now for them, no prayers nor bells, nor any voice of mourning, save the choirs, the shrill, demented choirs of wailing shells, and bugles calling for them from sad shires. What candles may be held to speed them all, not in the hands of boys, but in their eyes, shall shine the holy glimmers of goodbyes. The pallor of girls' brows shall be their pall, their flowers the tenderness of patient minds, and each slow dusk the drawing down of blinds. Such a very sad poem. War is a monstrosity. Today I ask that the world will one day be free of the horrors of war. Thanks for listening.